Bonjour, hi! This is a recording session from Twitch. In this specific episode, what I'm doing is I'm using the BlazorAdmin website, the TinyBlazorAdmin website we built with the URL shortener, working documentation to make sure it's very easy to deploy all those two features together to have that very budget-friendly URL shortener we're all waiting for. There's a little glitch with the sound. The sound is very low. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully I fixed it in the version you're watching, but I don't know, so I'm sorry in advance if it didn't work. It's way more fun when it's live, so come. I'm streaming twice a week on Wednesday and Friday at twitch.tv/fbutros. But for now, let's watch this session. Bonjour, hi, welcome to the stream. I'm Frank Boucher, your host, and for the next 2 hours and a half, mostly, we'll be having fun today. Today is the day where we take our URL shortener with that new, super light, cost-efficient UI that we start building, the TinyBlazorAdmin. We fudge them together so people can start deploying that, having their own URL shortener for close to nothing. Very, very cost efficient and also very fun to use. It's been there for a little while, but it was not clear like how to deploy. So today I want to make sure the documentation is clear, all the steps are there, and yeah. So updating the deck, pushing the thing, making it possible. So that's the plan of today. So without further ado, let's start the project. So let's do a start with AzUrlShortener. So the project is started. Excellent. So now I could do a little drop to have more cloud in my screen. Excellent. Very happy, good week. Though yesterday, if we go in the show and tell, even if I feel like I'm alone, oh, I'm not alone. Mr. Iros, you're there. So I won't tell my story to no one. I received my new phone, super happy about it. My other phone was very old and broke. So I bought a temporary phone waiting for that phone to come up. So yesterday I received it, was super happy. And also because yesterday,
yay!
You land first try, that's cool, congrats. So because yesterday was kind of a quiet day, you know, for a lot of people, I decided my laptop was also running Insider, Windows Insider, and like a bunch of stuff. I did a lot of experimentation on my laptop. It's a good laptop, it's a Surface laptop too, so very powerful machine and everything, but it's not meant to do video editing and stuff like that. It had like a ton of tools, and I think removing it and like I think it was not clean, so I was due for reinstall. So yesterday I did that, and part of Microsoft, of course, like a lot of enterprises, and you have some rules to follow and you need to join the domain. So like I did follow their procedure, but after the reboot it crashed. So very unlucky, I don't know why. Did another tentative with like another spin-up, had a plan B, because of course I cannot reach out to the support when I cannot connect to the domain. So obviously, of course, at least I had my phone, so my phone was secure, so I could, Teams or whatever. So finally I downloaded an image based on my MSDN, install it, and it worked. But at the beginning it was a nightmare. Didn't have a keyboard, didn't have the webcam, there had like a touchscreen, mouse, like a lot of stuff didn't work, and the screen was tiny. So, but I did install, passed through all the update that was required, and now it's working. I look there because I'm still installing a few little things, like because I have some meetings after, so like few things like download Office, download Teams manually, and then I will build a script with Chocolatey or something like that, a starter box, I don't know, like, but to install the other tools. Though, like, these days it's VS Code. Well, I have like, I want Docker, WSL, I want a few tools. Gitkraken is also a thing I already installed. Did you guess? It's one of the first tools I always install. VS Code, Gitkraken, and now I can do stuff. How are you, Mr. Iros? How was your week? Michael, right? I think. Forgot. Is it Michael? Oh, one question I had for you. Until you confirm or deny that Michael is Mr. Iros, I will call you Mr. Iros. I know you have some PRs that are still pending, and I need to work on that. And I'm very sorry I'm taking time to merge that. But is it a blocker for you? Did you do that for to be part of the Hacktoberfest? Just want to know if, like, because it was a PR and it's like pending and stuff like that, if it's like it was approved and everything, if it counts, or if like I'm holding you and like you don't have your 4 PRs to participate to that thing. Because I think we have a period. If I merge it now, it should be good, I think, like in terms of the hackathon, like for the Hacktoberfest. I mean, for the project, I still need to make sure it's working before merging it. But I think you understand that anyway. Cool. So let's get started. Boom. So if it's your first time on the show, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. So the plan of today is to work on 2 projects. Two projects. So the first one is this one. It's the URL shortener. Very, very easy. So in version 1, you could just click here and you were... Did you land again? Damn it. Like it's slow score, but you know, landing every time. Hopefully Fragbird doesn't see that. Right? Are you there, Fragbird? Probably not. Probably not. Otherwise it will be a panic. It will be rigged. So in this V1 of URL shortener, you could click that blue button here and it open your Azure subscription, install everything, and it was running. But the UI used was not crazy expensive, but was not on the... It could be better. So we did another project on this stream, and it's called the TinyBlazorAdmin. So let me put that here. Today might be the day. Today is the day, my friend. Today's the day we do V2. We don't know if we will survive the American election. I was talking yesterday with a friend. It's like, you know what? There's 2 ends to that election and both are scary. So, you know, talking about the election without being political. I think both results could be very scary. And like, in fact, it was 3. It was the decision where we're here. It's not a tie, but, you know. Anyway, it's hard. So the second project is this TinyBlazorAdmin. I shared a link in the chat. So this project, it's Blazor WebAssembly. WebAssembly means it's running on the client side and it's static. So we put that in like storage, nothing, and then it will communicate with our other project, this one, this one act as a backend, so it's serverless, so it's only used, it's only consumed when called. So this static website is in the storage, costs pennies, nothing by month, and only when someone use one of your links or that you call this website to manage your URL, the function will be called, and that's when, you know, you could be having some charge. But you know, Azure function, there's 10,000 transactions by month that are free. So for a little someone like me, like you, means it's mostly free. So I cannot say free, but you know, close. So we need to use this new version. And today I want to make sure it's easy to deploy and everything. And this version is incompatible with V1 because I'm using Azure Identity in the in V1 I was using a password that was kept securely but still visible inside the settings. So in V2 I'm using Azure Active Directory. And if you want to know how I did it, I have a video that explain how I did it. If you don't want to watch like all the episodes, where there it is. Boom. So that's the how I did it. You know what? Let's add that to the note since it's nope. Note. Oh, yeah, I forgot to do timestamp. Note. Okay, so now let's do a time. And let's do some to-dos. So to-do, add an so update deployment doc on TinyBlazorAdmin side. Let's put it that way. Let's add another to-do that will be on the AzUrlShortener side. Another one will be to test it, right? Cool! I shouldn't have paused at that, like... I feel like I'm a little bit white. That's better, I think. Less like a ghost, more human. I'm a human. Voila. Cool. So does it sound like a plan? Does it sound like a plan? I think it sounds like a plan. So this is our little project. This is the show notes that are generated, that will be generated by our chatbot. So that means, Mr. Iros, like since you had only a little score, I have chance to beat you today. I should change my team to go winter. We had snow, like a tiny little bit of snow, but we had snow here. Let's go full screen. Back in my corner. You know what? Like, let's remove this thing. Bum, bum. is it? Cool. So, where do we start? We start with... You're quiet, Claudius, today. Let's start to do... Start 1. And I should do it correctly, so to do start 1. Drop, drop. No way! I would have landed! Cheater! Okay, so I have this, I have that. Okay, so now I just need time, so... Okay, so here, if we go in, I think we are in the main, right? That's the version I worked 2 days ago. Yep. Okay. So if we go in deployment, that's the document I want to update. I think it's mostly there. Be right back. No problem. So we need to work on that document. So let's check and get cracking here. TinyBlazorAdmin. Am I up to date? Main. Excellent. So let's. That's TinyBlazorAdmin. Cool. Deployment is here. Excellent. So what we need to do is fork the project. That's the first step. Oh, that's tiny, right? Boom, boom, boom. Oops. That's better. So at least you can read a little bit. So until an automatic deployment is created, here's a few steps. Let's do a full automatic, because some part will be automatic. Here, ARR. To deploy the TinyBlazorAdmin. You can run it somewhere else or even locally. First time, first thing. First thing first, you need to clean repo to create you need to clone. Wow. I think I passed this in a corrector or something, because I don't know, or it was late maybe. It was possibly late too. So you need to clone this repo into your own account. You will need to update let's put that no, like this. Okay. To clone, should I explain how to do a clone? Let's do it. To clone, GitHub repo ztori. Click on the it is a clone button, right? That's my code. Maybe that's why I see it this way. Let's open GitHub. Let's do this one. So it's code. Clone. Maybe because I already have cloned. Let's do. Okay, so it's code. Is it new? I thought it was interesting. Open with code space. I really need to try that. Why it's code and it's not? Oh, it's fork. Yeah, it's fork. Damn it. It's not clone, it's fork. First thing first, you need to fork this repo. To fork a GitHub repo, click the fork button on the top right of the screen. I'm assuming there's some kind of documentation, so oh yeah, they have a new website, right? Did you know that? doc.github.com, I think. Ducks, maybe? Probably ducks, plural. Yep. Yeah, cool. Did you know that? Ducks. And now you could search fork. Yeah, but I would like to know how to. Maybe it's not what I want.
Bonjour! Hi!
Hey! Beltatas! Welcome! How are you, my friend? Forgot. Is it? Was it like you're back working from home, right? That's why I can see you today. Forgot. Yeah, I think it was that. Oh, excellent. That's what we want. Indeed, full remote now. Oh, forever? But like, I mean, like, it's not just like for the next 2 months. They decided to go full remote. Get for the repo, blah 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 blah. Nope. What's the title of that documentation? For the repo. Yep, just during the lockdown and then probably back 60%, 40%. Okay, cool. I think not all the time remote. I think it's a little bit easier. Being full-time remote, I've been doing that for 7 years. Sometimes you feel lonely. It's hard. Cool. Okay. Whoop. Oh no. I lost one. I need to do something about that. Cool. So we have that. So you do that. And then we need to create the backend. This project is a front end only, so you need to deploy blah 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 in endless mode. To do this, okay, here, okay, cool. Yeah, you're in a kind of a half hermit. Like, I had no problem before starting, when I start working full-time remote, I was already used to work at least 1 or 2 days at home, and I like that. And it was nice because it's a focus day, you can do whatever, it's just like, and like it's easier if you have appointment or things like that to squeeze in your days. Okay, you know what, like I have this thing in the morning, and then like you just stretch your hours, or like sometimes it's possible, sometimes it's not, but it's a bit easier because you don't need to get back home and do that thing and then get back. Maybe then you hit the traffic, and like, so you win a little bit more time. But when I start doing it full time, one thing I realized is I was missing the little chit chat
with the coworker once in a while at the, you know, like in the cafeteria, or like just asking a question to like the person sitting beside me or something like that. So it was a little bit hard. It took me a few months to get adjusted. And also one thing I realized is sometimes, I think in programming, software engineer, I think that's the type, like the kind of role. You fix problem or you create stuff, and at some point you have issues, like something is not working, there's a bugs, there's like it's not possible, there's something. And when you're alone, it could feel more heavy on you than it should be. And because when you're not alone and like you could just bounce an idea to the person sitting in back of you, like feel like you're less alone. It's less like, yeah, I'm stupid, or like, why I don't understand that. So it took me time, and I feel sometimes when like everything is going bad, it's not everything is going bad, it's a question of perception. Like I was telling you yesterday, I was trying to install Windows and everything was not working. Just hit up, you know, got some issues, passed through it. I'm assuming if I would have been alone, then I would have laughed at it, because my coworker would laugh at it and like, yeah, I don't want to, you know. So I feel sometimes it's a little bit more heavy, but and it's a question of mindset. But now the mindset is done, and I really like my job. And my problem right now is to say, okay, no, you need to do something else. You need to not be in front of your computer. That's a problem that I have, because it's kind of also my hobby. So I'm kind of stuck with it now. But it's totally possible to but today it's not working from home, it's working pandemic, so like the full family is there. If you have kids, if you have like a sibling and stuff like that, there are a lot of people in the house. So it's not like when you're working remote and people are at school or at work. So it's different a little bit. Your house is full of, or apartment is full of people. Bell dadas. Okay, so create a backend. We need this headless mode to do it. Click the blue button below. Okay, so Azure Portal, AzUrlShortener, GitHub, template, URL, vnex. So that we need to change it for main. Okay, and then there's the create Active Directory. I think after that what we need will be to create the static web app. I just live alone in a tiny apartment in Paris. That's also another thing, like when you're alone and like it's harder to see people. But yeah, no kidding, apartments are small in Paris. When I went to Paris, I went there for Ignite the Tour last year. It was my first time. No, was it last year? Yeah, beginning of December, I think. Yeah, I think it was beginning of December. I spent a week like I say a big week, like 9 days or something like that in Paris, and most of the day I spent it in my hotel room working like crazy or at the event. And I had one day to visit, and like I did go see the Eiffel Tower. It was raining, so I just went down. Like I didn't have an umbrella, I bought like a cheapest umbrella I could, and I'm like, okay, cool, it's bigger than I thought. And like next, and my wife wants some tea, so I did some shopping for her. And then I went to see the catacomb. That was awesome. That was so cool. I really liked the catacomb. And then I was getting tired, probably because I worked I think I was sleeping like 4 hours by night for like the full 2 weeks. It was because Paris was just after Orlando in US. So for me it was 2 weeks of like craziness. So I said, you know what, let's go back to my hotel. I will order like a nice meal, some drink, and just Netflix and chill. And as I was walking, like it was a very, very, very long walk. I took the subway, the tube to get there, but I decided to walk to go back home. It's rain stopped, but it started snowing. And I was like, okay. So I saw Paris under the sun, under the rain, and under the snow. One day. Yeah. I went back to my hotel room and just like relax for the rest of the day. So I think here instead of starting right away with the Azure Active Directory part, I think I will create instead it was nothing that was I was quite lucky. Yeah, that's all the people told me, but yeah, I didn't feel that lucky. I have plenty of snow here, but I was just like, you know, it was like maybe a centimeter, so half an inch, 2 centimeters. It was like I didn't have the good shoes. I was wearing Vans, so I was very glissant. How do you say that? Sliding? Slippery. It was very slippery. It's not an action, it's an adjective, I want to say. Anyway. I live in snowland. It's not that crazy, right? It's not that crazy. But yeah, we have snow. We have real snow, not like in Paris. It's fun how people think it's only in Canada, but there's a lot of snow in US too. And like in many different countries. Okay, so I think we'll move that section up. Right, so we create the backend, and then we will create the backend, so we'll be create the front end. Or deploy the backend. No, yeah, deploy, it's better. Deploy the backend. Bonjour! Hi! This is David. Hi, a bunch of people. What's happening? Nick is also there. Line 7. You need to fork this repo. You will need. There's a lot of need. You needs it. It needs. It's need. It therefore it needs. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad you're all there for me. It's going well. It's going well. Way better than yesterday. Yesterday I did try to reinstall Windows and had a lot of hiccups, but now. I'm not sure how I'd
Bonjour.
be
Hi.
happy. Hey, Roy is there. So yeah, I did what I can. So when IT, I will have a chat with IT, make sure I'm like, you know, all the security is all set. But since I joined the domain, I'm assuming it's okay. But I won't assume anything, and I will check with them because it's important. But I'm assuming it's okay because if I try to reach out some stuff, internal stuff, I can't from this PC. You need to apply the domain, then they monitor heavily your PC and stuff like that. So Microsoft takes security very seriously, like everyone should, I think. So yeah, so it's going better. So how are you? How are you, Cloudies? We know that the Beldadas is now working from home 100% until further notice. What about you, David or Nick? Nick Roy 23rd. So, okay. So we have that. Deploy the TinyBlazor. So, yep, we are not doing this like that. There's many ways you could run the TinyBlazorAdmin website. TinyBlazorAdmin website. In this tutorial, it's not a tutorial. In this set of instruction. In this deployment, in this deployment, we will use the new Azure static webapp. I'm good, thanks. What are we doing? Tyndall is there. What are we doing today? Today we're not merging, but it's been a while since we're working on the TinyBlazorAdmin website and the URL shortener. And today I want to push V2. I know it's working. I have all the steps. I did it Monday with some run. Because I was struggling, I had inconsistency in my deployment for the Active Directory. Sometimes it was working, sometimes it wasn't working. So I had someone from the identity team to have a look with me. We found what was it, so we fixed it. And now I want to document stuff, push that to V2 so people can start using it because it's way more. It's not free, but it's very close to, so more budget friendly. I don't like to say cheaper. Sound bad, right? Something is cheap, it's like bad quality. So I want to update the doc so people can use it. So that's what we do today. And I've been wanted to do that a lot because it slowed me down. Look at that. I have 33 issues, 5 pull requests, and the other day I merged tons of them. So I need to work on that project. There's a lot of people involved in that, so I want to move forward, and also I want to use it. I'm using that tool, and I want to use it for all around Azure. My show that I have on the Microsoft channel, we want to create short URL using this tool. So we could see when people click on it and start, just have some kind of visibility for us. We're very in exploring mode right now where we try different things. We want to make the content as much useful and consumable. It's a word, right? Consumable, easy to consume, accessible, and everything. So we experiment a lot of stuff. But for us, it's really important to say, okay, like that short video, does it work better than this one? Yes. Why? We try to make something better because once we're all set, then it will be harder to move. Then right now it's okay to be in it, not experimental, but a little bit more experiment phase, but not experimental because we're not trying anything. We're just changing a few things. Try to fine-tuning phases. So that's what we do today. So a little bit of doc, no code though, I don't think so. But if you have any question, I'm always very happy to use it. You can always play the game. Today we have Mr. Iras Ulen 2 times, yes, but very low score, so should be easy to beat. If you want to know your stat or the score, you could do exclamation point stats to see your stats, or exclamation point score or scores to see everybody's scores. So this is David says, well, been busy with the school lately. Had a couple of midterm as well. I'm about 30 minutes. I have an architecture class assembly. Ooh. Do you use WSL? Not enough. I use it a little bit, and on my laptop that I just reinstalled, my plan is to try to run a lot inside containers or inside WSL, to not have anything permanently running on my desktop. So because I think the problem of my laptop before was I had too many background process running. Like I did try many different things. That was a laptop when I travel around the globe, and I did try to do video editing and stuff like that. It's possible, it's a great machine, but it's not built for that. It doesn't have like a real video card and stuff like that. So start from fresh, and I will try to use more WSL, more containers. Before I had a Linux VM on that, so now WSL is way more light, so I will probably use WSL more. I think it will be easier than popping a VM, and then like in VM and Hyper-V, because it's a Microsoft stuff, it's and I need Hyper-V, and Hyper-V with the scalability was not cool on the Linux guess. So yeah, so that will be awesome. Oh, Island. Oh, and I'm leading today, I think, right? So it's score. No S. Oh yeah, no. If Frank, score. Scores, not scores. You're currently on a dual boot, Nick. Windows and Pop! OS. Oh yeah, I heard of Pop! OS. That's the super light Linux, right? Distro. Is it based on Ubuntu or it's Mint? I forgot like which one it is. Oh, cool. Yeah, like when I received my machine, my first thought was, you know what, let's install Linux. Even if I work at Microsoft, they are very, very, very kind and they let you install what you want. I didn't want a dual boot because I did try that in the past, but even that on that Surface laptop, like I didn't have touchscreen, so well, like it's nice to have touchscreen, but I can live without. What was the other problem? The webcam I had some kind of issue with the webcam, so that's driver, so it could have been fixed with time. But you know, like you have a new PC and like you're working remote, so like you want a webcam, but like, you know, I could just plug in a USB, but you know, like it was workaround, but it was a little bit painful. But the thing that told me, yep, nope, I was losing Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi was unstable. I think right now it's fixed, but back like, wow. Soon it will be 2 years I've been working at Microsoft. I impressed myself. Time flies. So yeah, like the Wi-Fi was unstable. I was working and suddenly, poof, I was losing it. So driver was not very nice. And like some people a few months after, it's, yeah, you just need to build the kernel and like this. Like, yeah, no, I'm not comfortable building a kernel, and you know, like I'm a user of Linux. I'm not like a builder of Linux. But so that's why I didn't go Linux, and I used a VM for a while. In fact, when I started streaming, I was running a VM, and like the full, for you, everything was Linux. For me, I was working in a Linux VM, but like I was running Windows because I had Windows tools, and the toolings I had access to edit my video and all those stuff were also Windows, so it was just easier for me. My favorite distro, I don't know if you know that one, is Elementary OS. I really like that that distro. I feel like it's really clean. And now they are version 6. I don't know, 5.1. Yeah, I like that distro. I feel like now, like, you shouldn't have done that, Nick. Now I just want to go back in Linux. Walk the talk, because the tools are all accessible. Line 31, I have too many C's. Yes. You need to achieve. Oh yeah, that's French and English. Oh yeah, but that was a laptop, so and it's a Surface laptop, so I have one USB port, so that's why I was using Wi-Fi. But now, like, I have like a USB hub, so I could plug multiple stuff, and at the end of the USB hub there's a RG45, so I could just put like a cable. Yeah. And even when I got my, like, now after that I bought for traveling, like, and now we're not traveling anymore, but to edit video I bought a more powerful laptop, and I was very close to say, you know what, let's order it with Linux on it. But my tool that I'm comfortable to edit is Windows, so I was like, you know, I don't want to be in travel far away and like not to be comfortable. I want to be efficient day one, so that's why I went Windows. But you know, Windows is really great to do everything else also. It's just like I was curious to do more Linux, to try things. Give me 1 sec. Try different things, kind of walk the talk, like validate that, yeah, you know, people are telling me that you should say, yeah, it's working, and like it's fine to go on Linux and just do a hello world, but what if I'm really working? Is it possible to do like Azure stuff, Visual Studio, PowerShell, C#? Like, is it all possible to do for real? So I was like, yeah, let's go on Linux. And so that's why, like, WSL right now, I think it's the closest without changing all my environment and compromising my other tools to walk the talk and be comfortable when I say, yeah, it's running on Linux. Yeah, well, all set up. Oh yeah, you used Elementary before? Maybe you could dual boot like I did. No. No, because like I don't reboot my machine often. But maybe on my well, until like these days I do too many video editing and stuff, so it's not a good plan to have a dual boot. Okay, let's focus a little bit. Marcus, welcome to the stream. I'm not sure if I welcome you, so now it's done. Welcome aboard. So what we want to do is we'll deploy, use the new Azure Static Web App. We should have like a link to specify what the hell is it swear? Hell? Hopefully not. Azure Static Web App. Cool. Okay. This deployment, we will use the new static web app. Cool. However, because the project instead of project, I will say the TinyBlazorAdmin. Azure Active Directory. Not ADD, AAD. Deployed at the previous step. Oh. If you want to grab my attention, I'm not sure if it's working, but you could do exclamation point attention and then
Bonjour, hi,
and then do like this. So line 23rd, way should be ways. Yeah, because there's many. You're totally right. Thank you. We need to send. Okay. Job and Paul. That's cool. I love that Halloween theme. Welcome. Thank you a lot for the following. It's super cool. I'm very happy. You're my 602 follower. Very nice. It's going. All right. Like another one. Entity Adam. Thank you. Word. It's party time. Oh, I have sound effect.
Fantastic! Oh, fantastic!
Thank you, Claudies. I'm always very happy when people join means I'm doing something right. Yes, I'm from Quebec. So it's Jobin Pascal, Jobin Patrick. Okay, so now let's create the Salut copain. Hey, what's up, Warrior Kinnick? Hey, how are you, mister? Pascal Jobin, haha. And Mr. Wire Cunnick is here. Welcome aboard, sir. Nice to see you. I miss chatting to all of you. It's one of my colleagues. I'm not sure if you want me to tell you that, but since he's streaming also, people should know his alias, right? So shout out to Wire Kinnick. But you're not streaming on your own account, right? You have like you wanna put your you have a great show. So, but it's not under your personal stream. Do you wanna put the link of your show? You should be able to do that. I have stock. So let me do shout out. Didn't work, eh? Because it's not a user. Yep. There it is. If you do a little bit more IOPS, and these days I'm assuming I see Thomas sharing hybrid, and Hark. So like you must have a lot of Azure Hark content on your shows these days. I'm on my phone. I'll send you the link soon. Like I just did it. Wire Kinnick. Okay, so open the Azure portal. And it's portal.azure.com. And I think we'll keep everything together. So we'll deploy the front end in the same resource group as you deploy in the front, like in the back end. So open the portal, search for the resource group, and let's put that in italic. Oh no, let's put that in bold, where you created the backend. Let's check what I did use in my screenshot. So I could resource group, it was stream demo. No, it's totally fine. I say, sorry if I'm getting... No, like, okay, so line 23 should be... They are anyway. Oh. Yeah. You know what, Marcus? One thing you could do when I will publish that on GitHub, you could do a PR. So you pull that, you do all the changes and then like I will add you in the collaborator. Like here, like there's a lot of, I do a lot of typos. I'm really good. I'm dyslexic and different things, and I'm francophone, so like my English is not perfect, and I don't see the letters that I'm typing or whatever. So I need to wait and then read loud and stuff like that to make sure it's better. Hey, subscribe with a plan. What is?
Fantastic! Oh, fantastic!
Thank you a lot, Warakanik. Super appreciated. Subscribe with your Prime. Welcome aboard. So now you have access to all those cute emote, little cloud.
Bonjour. Hi.
So welcome aboard. Welcome, Fragbird. Today I think the odds are good. Like, play the game because Mr. Iris earlier land like mostly every time he was playing, or next time arrive earlier. Welcome, buddy. How are you? How are you today? Middle of the week. Soon we'll build our own. Like it takes time on Fridays, but I have so much stuff to do that the game doesn't progress quickly. But when we get started, hopefully I hope some cloudies, and I know other teams at Microsoft are very interested about this game. So hopefully that game will have traction and other people will start messing with us, and that game will be useful. But yeah, what's happening, Jobin? It's over there. No, it's not over there. It's over there. Weird. That's good. So if Mr. Iris doesn't push me, then I should be landing with a good score. Oh yeah. Okay, so see, Marcus is just like, I will hit you. 19. I did better, so CB won't tell anything. Okay, so let's get back to my documentation. Okay. So open the portal, blah blah blah, search for the and open it. Oh, you know what? Open the restriction area creating. That will be much concise. Oh, you done so close. So close, Marcus. Okay, so now you need to click the plus, and then we'll do a screenshot so it will be a little bit more clear. So click the hello, Dembu. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Dembu. Dembo. Is it good? I'm like far. Yeah. Welcome aboard. Super happy to see you. We're in documentation today because I want to push that V2 and I want to make sure documentation is clean, but the code is running and just I need to explain how to do things. And even like the domain name now, I know how to do it. So, but I don't think I will have the time to write documentation for changing the domain. Click là and search. Where is it? Where is it? All right. Another fall. It's the day of the following. Damn! Wow.
Fantastic! Oh,
Welcome.
fantastic!
The water method. The water method. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the stream. Super happy to have you. So it's a place where we do Azure stuff. Whatever the language. Today it's documentation. The code was done in C#, but sometime we do Node. Now for a few weeks, at least on Friday, it will be TypeScript. And I don't know yet the front end because we're building a trivia game to play while streaming with the audience. So that will be cool. And we build the game with the Cloudies. It's an open source project. The project name is Triavia because I couldn't spell correctly trivia. So we decided to embrace my dyslexia and just name the project Triavia. Where is the... There it is. Sorry. Well, you know. So let's go into the portal. Entity Adam says, a dyslexia programmer, me too, let's. Yeah, indeed. So let's zoom a little bit this. Let's do here. Just open. So it's not Azure, just static web app. Yeah. There it is. And then I think I had the screenshot. Come on. Do I have already a screenshot of that? Well, look like, oh yeah, maybe I did it on my other PC, so it's lost now. See? I totally got you. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, seriously, Marcus, like I will be super happy, like once it's deployed, go to the like the documentation on this project and you download it locally. You suggest if you think some sentences are too long or badly structured or anything, make some change, suggest, and that's perfect. Like, you know, here, GB rule, I think it was exactly that. The help on some typo I did, and I had it as contributor. That's cool. It give you exposure, you collaborate, you help me. It's very helping. Like, I don't want to look bad because I did some typo, so if you see them, feel free. Like, it's super nice, and it's just grammar, so even if it's not the language you are strong at, or maybe you don't know anything about C#, that's documentation. You can help with the doc. Super helpful. Like, collaborating in a open source project, that doesn't mean you need to reinvent the core of the project. Documentation is an excellent way to collaborate. So I think I will need to create a new one, so we'll do that. So I will have this way, I will have like a nice screenshot, but I should put that a little bit smaller. So we did call that stream demo, right? I'm creating one here because I deleted since I did the screenshot, but screen demo. Static web app, let's go a tiny admin v2, sorry. The region, I will take East US for me. SKU, it's free. We like free. Now the coffee has finished this job to warming me up, so now I need back my hoodie. I feel like it's a big hoodie. Like it's thin, but like it's very warm. So I won't zip it. Okay. So that. Continue. Oh, maybe I should explain that. Let's explain that. Mr. Ross is back. So what are the scores today? Yet, did anybody else land? Why am I having scores, not scores? Not a lot of landing today. So only Mr. Ross and I. Still time to try. Still time to try. Open portal. Let's do a note here. Access to your so you will need to drive. This is required because to deploy because Azure Static Web App. Let's change something here. So here we'll do here and we'll say it's a static web app. So now I could just use this because use GitHub action
Yay!
Damboo! You landed 46. Excellent. That put you in second position. And Marcus, it's looking good.
Don't drop the banana! Why not? Good source of potassium!
Excellent.
Yay!
Hard work. You got it. 82. That put you in first position, I think. So yeah, you will need to give access. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Let's continue. So I authorize. Boom. And I need to enter my password. And it's authorized. Now I need to pick my organization. I need to pick my repository. And it should be TinyBlazorAdmin. And the branch is main. Build preset is Blazor. Thinking, should I do like, I think I will do screenshots section by section. I think it will be bigger and clearer. So let's do that right now. So let's take a screenshot of this section here and let's expand to include like this. Boom. Right, and we'll just take, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a selection and paste it here. Boinks. Oh no, that's not what I want. You know what, I changed my mind. I want this. And I want to paste it there. And I think there's a better way with Snagit, but that would be good enough. Oh, I don't want. Oh no, I want a shape. I think. Call out? What's the call out I want? I don't like that color. Put it a little like that. let's save that and say that is static web app create one. Cool. Let's do the second section. Who's there? Who's there? Copper Birdie, I should have remembered. That's your cue, Copper Birdie. Welcome aboard. Nice to see you, buddy. How are you? How are you? Copper Birdie is in the house.
Yay!
It's party time. Don't lose your marble, otherwise this guy will steal it from you. You know what? Let's do a shout out to Copper Birdie. Whoops. Oh, it works. Cool. Oh no, it didn't work. This URL won't work. Like this. Now it will work. Shout out! Copper Birdie is streaming multiple times a week in the European morning. Is playing games and doing development challenge these days. I forgot. I think you were doing C# earlier this week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, very cool stream, giveaway, a lot of stickers and stuff. So pretty cool to see him. C# Cadas on Monday. There it is. There he is. Awesome stream. And now, like, it's been how long? Did you hit your 1 year, Copper Birdie? It's been a while since you're streaming now. You've been streaming for a while. 13 months. Congrats, buddy.
Fantastic! Oh, fantastic!
Really good. Happy for you. Okay, whoop. So that's the image I want. So I want to save that. We'll call that SWA Create 2. See, documentation is important because otherwise we spend a lot of time doing it. So we'll put some images in there, people. Right, so that's our project. And we need to put the images here. So just like this. Boom. And now we could go at the end. And I could just do this. And open the portal, blah 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 blah. This. Static web app. And now will be okay. other details important here? Repository, yeah, organization should be your account. Select your organization. Repository and branch. Organization, yeah, it's with a S. It says with a Z here. Marcus. Could it be one of those? Yeah, so it's probably a UK, US kind of thing. Color, or color, whatever. Yep. Okay, so the app locals, this we need to change it. We need to change it for, let's go back in our Tiny. So that point to where the project of the TinyBlazorAdmin is. So for us, it's in the TinyBlazor. So we need to go in SRC for source and for Tiny Azure Admin, because it's not the solution, it's the project. It's this one. So we want this structure. So now we could go here. This we don't call, we don't need anything. And www root is good. So let's do a screenshot of that. Color is the proper spelling. Well, you know what? For me, it's closer to in French, so I prefer that. But yeah. Why it's so dark? Strange. At least the UK don't have a majuscule and feminine color. What? At least in the UK we don't have masculine and feminine color. We don't have masculine and feminine color. Ah, because we say une couleur. So color is feminine. Yeah. But like brown, blue, red, like it doesn't change, like they are colors. Pink is masculine because it's the color of blood. Pink? I thought it was red. Okay. That's not how it works. But fine with me. It was actually true until, yeah. Okay. I think it's big to say, hey, you know what, like, I don't care. Why? Shit. There it is. Okay. Oh, this one. This one. And this one. Now let's put them all about the same place, so it looks a little bit more like we knew what we were doing. And let's put some steps here just to make sure. I want to make sure because I think it could be confusing. So 1, make sure you pick this. 2, do that. 3, validate and review. So we should all learn Kingdom and do away with other languages. Klingon. Throw a new exception, could not validate parameter to do better exception, better description. I'm starting, I want to live, work. What? What? Okay, so let's save this and it's create 3. It's laid over. Yeah. Oh, yesterday I had a meeting with one of my mentees, and I didn't realize we change hours for us in Canada, for full Canada last weekend. But in Europe and Africa and all that part, it was like 2 weeks ago, right? So the meeting was like we didn't share a calendar, we just agree on the time, and then it was a Skype call. So when I call, it was 10 p.m. And I was late by 2 minutes just because I had a tech issue. Like I said, I was, working on my laptop and stuff like that. So like by the time I boot the other one, start Skype, so it was like maybe 3 minutes. So I started the call say like, oh, I'm sorry I'm late, but not like if it's a big deal because it was just like 3 minutes. But in fact, I was an hour 3 minutes late. I was so shy, so like, oh my god. It was, yeah. I looked back, and like I didn't realize. It just at the end when I said, okay, when do we meet again and blah blah blah. It's okay, but at this time, I was like, okay, like that's 1 hour ago, and then so like 1 hour ago, like it's kind of late. So do you prefer earlier? I said, yeah, like before. I was like, but that's like before. I said, you know what? I changed the time here. And that's how I realized. I said, oh my god, I was late. I'm sorry. Very, very bad, Frank. But we were not using Teams. That person doesn't have access yet to Teams, so that's why I was Skype, and I had something in my calendar, but it was not an invite. But I think I should do it, and she could use the free one, right? Blame the technology, not you. No, I should have double check. I should have think about it. Come on. Can do better than that. Can do better than that. Oh, I closed the wrong one. Damn it. Deployment. Where is deployment? Deployment instruction. Here it is. So here. As I said many times, I'm English and I still don't understand most of it. Here there's an expression to say like I can speak French and English, but I'm second language, like that both of are my second languages. Or that you speak bilingual, meaning like not like, you know, you speak bilingual fluently, meaning like you speak directly in both languages simultaneously. Okay, so here let's explain what's happening here. So could we have the image? I will put the image on my side here. Try to not hide. How can I do that? I will do like this maybe. This guy here, because I want a good title. So select Blazor, and my daughter is chatting, so I will just mute my phone. Voila. Select Blazor as your build preset. App. No, it's that thing that I want, not this. The app location. One thing I could do is put it in italic. The app scores. So what was the score? Who's leading? Shirley Dev is in the house. Welcome, Shirley. How are you? Shirley Dev. Sorry, I always say Shirley. Shirley, but it's Shirley. I know. I was just saying. Speak bilingual. Can you turn your Microsoft up again? My mic is super quiet. Hello, testing. Yeah. Huh, nobody told me. It's all good? Hello? Test. It is low, right? But so is the music and everything else. See, Shirley Dev, Tyndall has spoken. Yeah, all levels are low. I'm not sure why. Can you hear the music? The sound effects are quite loud before. Okay, so sound effect, if I play the sound effect, they are loud, but everything else is low. I will need to check. One thing I want to change. Oh, I should have tested that. I found a way to set up my earbuds to work with my PC. So next time I will try. So on Friday we'll try to do that. So this way there's no way that the volume of my PC can be catched by my mic. So I will hear headset, but I don't want to, like, the headset that I have are like, I don't like them. They are very comfortable and good, but they don't look good. I feel they're just big. So I have earbuds, so I will try that on Friday. Here. That's a cool skin for Python. Which one? What? What did I miss? Well, I have like Bose and Jabra, so I have like really good headset. It's just the one that are working well are those one. Oh, let me go bigger. So the one I have are those one with a mic. I won't use the mic because I have a better mic. It's not that bad, but and because it's a PC, the Bluetooth connection is not great. Whoops, sorry. The Bluetooth connection is not great, but I found out, since my buds are also Jabra, I found out that the dongle that work for the USB dongle for those headset work with the earbuds too. So I will use them. This way I will have like Bluetooth connection with no latency, and like it will be super tiny in my ears, so I think it will be better. And the other one I have are even bigger, but they are lighter and more comfortable with glasses. They are the quiet Bose that I bought when I was traveling a lot, because in the plane and the airport and all that stuff, like just having like your bubble and be able to work anywhere, it was a lot of money, but it was worth it. But now I'm not traveling anymore. Well, like, not that much. Okay, so Blazor application location. Needs to be the location of the project file. In our case, and do I still have it in the no. There it is. But now I'm very like, is it because no, sounds is at 14. Is it better? I think now my voice is stronger. I think it's supposed to be there. Yeah, then the yellow. Let's put 75. I don't know why it does that. Hello, it's me again. Thank you. You should have yeah, next time with my headset I will be able to catch those things very quickly. But yeah, don't be shy and tell me next time, Cloudies. I need you on that. I cannot I need you. You know, this stream is just good if both of us are there. If I'm alone, it will be very boring, and if you're watching just a blank screen, it will be boring too, though very zen. If you need meditation, you know, looking at a black screen, almost manly. Okay. I miss my buddy, you know, the cloud guy. Okay, this and okay, that was blah blah blah. File in our case, it's this, and the app artifact location can be left to www root. We don't need the API location, so any value API location, because AzUrlShortener is deployed in a full standalone Azure function. Cool. So we have that. How does it look? Let's go full screen. Let's have a look. Timesheet report. See ya. Thank you. Thank you, Tingdal. So now we have that, we deploy the backend, that's cool. Now we create the blah blah blah, use this, do this, blah blah blah. So see, so it's this, that's cool. So you could just, you know, copy paste, that's why I put it there. And that's cool. Now if we do the create, I will validate, and then you click the create. Good. So let's add that. So it will take a few minutes. Hey, thank you for the following. Super happy, Sir Rick. I like the name, Sir Rick. Welcome aboard. Welcome on the stream. We have fun with the cloud. So eventually, I will change all that thing to be just like cloudy stuff, because we play with the cloud, many different tech, but always kind of Azure related. So super happy. It was the day of the new followers today. Very happy about that. That's cool. New bloods, new ideas. It's always cool. And the Shirley bots. Shirley dev bots are in the house too. So Freda the cat, it's a real cat, but right now that's a bot. Grover is this Copperbird, bunch of bots. Well, it's cool. Well, testing the chatbot. I'm discovering a new world of dev in Twitch. Aha! It is cool, right? There's so many channels. There's great you Twitcher, like streamer. Yeah, like that's exactly Shirley Dev what I was going for. You could go, and I'm a member of the Live Coders. So there it is. The Live Coders are a big team. What?
Alguém quer jogar um stop?
So, Live Coders is it's a big team with tons of people, and there's always someone streaming many different languages, speaking languages, coding languages. You can see, like, if you look here down below, there's the heat map, and if you look at that, like, there's always at least one of us streaming, and so it's a full team. So if you go to the URL, you will land. So we are a team. We are 174 members, and we code, we share. It's a always friendly zone. We're there to help people to get better. To get people get started to stream and stuff like that. So very cool. Tons of very nice stream over there. So have a look. You can control F on that page and look at the technology. What? Which page? That page? Oh yeah, the developer. I'm there. Whew. It's true. You can do that. I'm there, guys. Look, this is me, Mario, Frankie boy. Okay. Oh my God. Maybe I should have taken another coffee. Watch out through, I hear their ginger. Oh, dude. You're funny. Okay. So we have all that. So what's missing now? Frankie boy. I was more like this. It will take a few minutes to get deployed. Deployed. Cool. Frankie boy. Yeah, that's like, I had many different names in my career because Frank is my English name. I use that just because it's easier for a lot of people to say. It's not my real name, but I like being called like that because in the past I was using my real name, and then for some people give me nickname because it was harder for them, so they just like called me Francis because I was working with Italian people, or Frank or Frankie or Frankie boy, and like a bunch of different names. And at some point I was working in the place and someone was calling my like real name and other people were calling me Frank, and it was like, yeah, no, like this, I think this guy should really help us. I said, no, like that, my guy is really like the specialist, and it was the same person, it was me. So that's why now it's just like, hey, I'm Frank. It's short, easy to remember, and it's nope, it's not Francis, it's François. François Boucher is my real name. It's not a secret, it's just, yep. Exactly. François Boucher. It's my real name, but it's hard to say, so that's why it's Frank. And even Boucher, it's hard sometimes. And Boucheros, that's another story. That come from my father. He gave us names, so I was Francesco de Boucheros. But that was just a game. It was just for fun. Yeah, the cécédille, the squiggly, the squiggly say. Otherwise, it will become Francois. It's a cécédille, please. Francois. Okay. But but please continue to call me Frank, because otherwise I will become two entities again, and I don't want to fight that thing again. I'm Frank. Okay, so I think we're getting closer because the next section is mostly done. I like François. I like it too, you know. Okay, so create the Azure Active Directory component. We need a service principal to use notification, to search service, okay, from the portal, do this, blah blah. Note the client ID and the tenant ID. If you need to retrieve the client online, you will be able to. Okay, that's cool. Go back into the authentication section, implicit grant check. Go back in the authentication. Oh yeah, and check. Cool. Create the app for the Azure function. We need a second app registration. This is to let the Azure function validate that you have. Okay. I go there, go in the Azure portal, go to Azure function, left panel, select authentication authorization. Yes, you're able. I should read it here, so at least you have all the images, because in my head it's super clear. But so create a new one and then pick a name that makes sense. A grant, we don't care about that. Cool. Now oh yeah, that was the other one. Do this, click OK. Don't forget to save the button. I should make it blink. I wish I could still have the blink stuff. We're getting so close. So now we need to configure the brand new app registration for still. Okay, expose API, give select Active Directory Blade, app registration, okay, find this, cool. And now expose an API, click add, enter the client ID of the front-end app, the first one created, click impersonation checkbox. Okay, cool. Click add. Oh, I don't have access to an accent. Yeah, I have. Oh, like for the keyboard, right now I'm in English. And if I put it in French, I could have French from France, but I prefer French Canadian. So like it will be. Oh, I don't see it here. But it's Alt and then the square bracket. I think.
Yay!
Oh yeah, I'm not in French anymore.
Yay! Yay!
Everybody just land. Wow. Everybody just land. Okay. Well, yeah, so if I switch for French. Or. Yeah. Oh no, okay, so to make a CCD I need to do square, like closing square brackets and then C, and it will write this. So it's this key and this key. When your keyboard is set to French, but I don't, like I'm using a QWERTY keyboard, but you could put set many different languages. So most of the time, since I'm writing in English, I have the English keyboard. So like the at this character is Shift 2, but then like if I switch to French Canadian, then it's Alt 2 to have the same at character. Otherwise it's the double quote, like few things move around. So yeah, exactly, that's why most of the time I'm in English. And these days, because like most of my stuff I wrote are in English, even though like I'm bad at it, as you can see. Not bad, I think I'm you know what, I'm very proud of where I am for my English, because I learned it by myself more recently. So yeah, I'm happy. Clark, you, how are you?
Fantastic! Oh, fantastic!
Super happy to see you, Mr. Clark, you. I only know Bonjour, sure like Dev. It's fine. Bonjour is good, and now you could do it exactly with my accent by exclamation point bonjour, right? You sound exactly like me. I'm good. Yesterday, Clarkio, I decided that it was time, and I format my laptop. And I was very worried to be locked out of Microsoft, right? Because, you know, like if you cannot access the stuff, then it's really hard to have help from Microsoft. And oh, what's happening? Ah, cool, thank you for the GIF. Bell.us, you just earned a new subscription. Thank you, it's wonderful. Thank you, very appreciated, Clarkio. I'm all mixed up since I received this guy as a guest on my show. Like I call him Clark. It's his family name, but you know, it's Clarkio or Brian Clark, but not. I'm not his teammate. His like hockey team, like, hey, Clark, pass the puck. I know every time you say no problem, but you know. So yeah, so yesterday feel super worried because I was formatting my laptop. I did follow the procedure from IT. Do this, install that. They have an app that do a bunch of stuff, install, kind of prep your machine and like do partitioning and stuff like that. It's called AZ install. But did all the thing, then reboot, crash. blue screen. So I had the plan B, tried my plan B, crash, not working. So like it was booting and like after 2 seconds, blue screen. No keyboard, no nothing, no trackpad, nothing was working. So I went to my Visual Studio, with my MSDN, download the image, made a USB key, and then I did that twice. The first one, something was corrupted, maybe the wrong Windows version, I don't know. Did that, install Windows, and it worked, but the screen was tiny because it's a high resolution screen, so like the resolution was not adjusted, had no keyboard, no trackpad. It was funny. But now it's fine. So like after this stream I have a meeting with my team and I have a one-on-one with my boss, so I won't be doing that on my phone. I will be able to connect using my laptop. Woo! Yeah! Beldadas, now you can use the cloud everywhere. The little thumbs up. I like that one. It's expressive, right?
Yay!
Eventually, when I have more emote, I need to have Sibi. I need to do some, I don't know what it will be, but I need to have Sibi as an emote. That would be cool, I think. Clarkiolan 88. I think you just have the best score. You need to turn. Oh no! Don't joke. If the battery is swelling, stop using it. My brother lost his house because of that. Not the laptop. It was like he was heavy in helicopters and a little car, but not toys because they go very very fast. But like you have a remote cars and helicopters and stuff like that. So you had many different batteries, and one of them like was not in good shape. So the smoke of that ruined the full house. It did like a kind of electric problem. So the smoke of that, the full house was lost. They needed to crash that. Like seriously, he just went out for like doing the grocery. When he came back, that was in. The full house was done. Like done. Like they were like, yeah, like nothing, it's still there, like the photo album, I can take it, but it was so heavy in the smell that no, you couldn't. They tried to wash the clothes for the kids like 10 times, still smelling. Like my brother once in a Ziploc in a bag brought his passport to my parents' house, just like in between, say, you know what, like I need this thing safe, I don't want to lose it, so I will bring it here. And the lobby of, like, he just put it in the lobby of my parents' house in a drawer, and the full lobby was smelling that chemical smoke stuff. So like the smoke is very heavy and toxic, and it could flame. Like remember the Samsung stuff? The phone was just like boof. So like it is very when it starts swelling, if at some point, I forgot what it is, but at some point it can take fire, and like, or it could be just smoke, but in both case it's a big problem. So no joke with that. Like IT will like talk about that to Maxime Rouillet when he showed that to the store. They didn't even let him leave the store. I was like, nope, we'll give you another one right now. So try to do that. I know it's pandemic stuff, but my camera froze. Thank you. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. And I look very brilliant and smart.
Yay!
On that. Voila! It's me, Mario. Okay, configure the backend. So, Oh, one thing we need here we need the back end, the backslash. Let's change that. And then I think the dock will be done, and we're mostly done. So TinyBlazor, I don't know. And it ends before Marcus say anything. So the endpoint must, yep. I don't think Clarkio has, what? I don't think Clarkio has seen my butt army. Now he did. Now he did. It's cool because in the chat, like, you got the rainbow colors, like
Yay!
all of them. They have like cool. So I think we finished the dock. I won't push because I want to test it, and right now I see the time flying. So I will push that, but I won't merge it back to main. Is it? No, that's main. Yeah, it will work. Like, it's documentation, but we should test it, right? Deployment and few images. Yeah. Update docs, push the docs. I don't think it's a big problem because this project, the TinyBlazorAdmin, now it's working. Now you have all the steps to deploy, but that's not where everybody's landing. Everybody's landing on that one, and that's the one I need to update. Just changing, say, hey, like now you could do that, change the default and stuff like that, because a tons of stuff is in VNex, and I have so many issues on that. But a lot of pull requests that I will be able to close with that thing. So I'm happy. So we did update the documentation, so we should do a to-do, and then done. The number 1 is done. Voila. But that will be the end of the stream. So now what we could do is do a score to see the score of the day. So a lot of participation, that's cool. And now it's only the participation of today. And who's the winner today? I think it's Clarkio. Yeah, Clarkio with 88. And that's a good score. Congrats, buddy. You know.
Go now! Don't drop the banana! Why not? Good source of potassium!
Don't drop the banana. Just drop in the game. Okay. So let's save the stuff. Cool. let you land. I will let you land all. That's awesome. You get all stuck. Awesome.
Yay!
And some people even land. It's even better. Forgot what I was about to say. I was about to talk about Friday. So Friday, if you're joining me Friday, we continue to work on the trivia game. It's in TypeScript, so we just learned last week TypeScript. I'm now a ninja. I can put that in my CV. No, just like we did. Like I should do some homework and code in TypeScript this week, but instead I fix the URL shortener and I did some document for my manager. Word, less code. Yeah, so we'll do that. Jason will join us. It's a cool game we want to build to play online. And I think that would be super cool. And I have other thoughts also about the games to play while streaming. And I should write it down somewhere before I forgot. But I won't be working on that Friday. Friday it will be Trivia. So join us. It will be super cool. Any ideas, suggestion about who we could raid right now? So don't leave. Only 10 viewers. It's de la crème de la crème. We could go see. I see here Jeff. Yeah. Short question. I deploy your URL shortener to Azure. Ah, cool. Is it possible to add a custom name? Yes. And that will be one thing I need to document. I have the way to do it now to be cheap, because the way I did it for my URL shortener is not the cheap version, but now I have a version that is free, except like you need to pay that domain, but like to have it installed. So I just need to write the documentation. So follow the GitHub. I will make announcements when you will see stuff moving there. So let's do a raid right now. Where is it? Raid channel. We'll go see Jeff. Cool. So, have a good week. See you on Friday. Have fun and say hello to Jeff. Bye bye.